Good morning. This is a good morning sequence for you to do to get prepared for your day. And inspired by a client I had yesterday, people always ask me if I have videos, so I'm going to do a few short clips on the most profound exercises that I have found to help keep my spine healthy. Spine is the most important part of our skeletal system. It's where our nervous system emanates from. So if you have a block, that's fabulous. If not, no worries, you can do without. But I will show you how to use it to create more stability within your pelvis as you do these exercises. Notice I have my mat down with a blanket on top. You could do these exercises on the carpet. You would want something that's soft under you. So I'm on a wood floor, but I have the yoga mat for cushion and then a blanket over top. So we're going to start laying flat on our back, with your feet about hip width apart. And notice that I'm on this blanket, and we want that so you can slide a little bit. I'm going to take the block and put it right between my knees, giving it a little squeeze. My hands are going to come behind my head. This first exercise will take your spine between flexion and extension. Take a moment to find your breath here, full breath in and out. Allow your body to relax. Give a little squeeze to the block. Your feet are parallel, hip width apart again. And then with the inhale, you're going to tilt your head as if you're looking behind you, but your head is resting in your hands. And you're also going to arch your back. So notice here I can slide my hand under my back. You're accentuating what we call the secondary curves. These lordotic curves. Inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to come into this primary curve, kyphotic curve. Belly pulls in, okay, reducing, eliminating that gap in the low back. And you're just cradling your head, so don't crank on your head. Inhale, arch, deep breath in. Exhale, come up. And sometimes I like to take an extra breath here and breathe into the upper back, with the thoracic spine into my neck. It's where I get really tense. And sometimes even do a few little rocks side to side. Breathing the whole time, and then inhale. And really resting here, maybe taking a full breath. And doing that 5 to 10 times. Okay? That's the first exercise. It's extension and flexion. You're not forcing, you're moving really slow. Okay? Second exercise, we're going to go into rotation of the spine. So I'm going to take the block out, put it to the side. Feet are going to go a little wider right now, about as wide as my mat. Arms out in a T position, little higher than the shoulders. Find a neutral position, so not exaggerating the curves, but finding gentle curve in the low back. Okay. Do not flatten your belly, okay? You're not flattening your belly here. I'm not going to get into why, just don't do it right now. So gentle curve, I can slide my hand under my low back. Arms in a T position, and then letting the legs go to one side. Take a deep breath in, breathe all the way through the side of the body. Exhale, and coming back up, pause. Legs go to the other side, take a deep breath in. So from the hip to the shoulder, stretching here, letting the knee release to the floor, stretching out through the fingertips. And notice I'm always looking in the opposite direction that the knees are going. Deep breath in. Feet can be flexed and active. And then coming back up. Keeping the breath flowing, letting the knees go to the other side. Full breath cycle. I'm looking to the opposite direction my knees are going. Stretching from hip to shoulder. Grounding the shoulder blade, arching the low back. Deep breath in. And back up. And then just a couple more times with your breath. So again, about 5 to 10 full cycles on each side. And this warms up the hip flexors, okay, loosens up the low back, all the way into the muscles under the shoulder blade, into the neck. That's where I get really tight. So stretching all the way up, all that fascia, all that muscular structure, and coming back up. So flexion, extension, rotation, and then the third movement of the spine is lateral flexion or side bending. So we're going to go back to the original position. I'm going to take the block and put it between my knees, giving a little hug. That keeps my pelvis stable. Hands behind the back, behind the head, back of the head. Elbows out to the side, resting. You're going to be tempted to pick yourself up here and move it into a side bend. Work on keeping the head heavy. Inhale here. And as you exhale, you'll go to one side. So right now my right elbow goes to my right hip. Little squeeze in the block. Deep breath in. Breathing through that left side waist. Exhale. Inhale back to the center. Pause. Neutral spine, low back curve, curving the neck. Exhale to the other side. And then breathing here, I'm going to release my hands. So all that fascia now through the lateral, the side line of the body. Little squeeze of the block. Back to center. Rest. You might have to wiggle around the spine, finding neutral. And then again, about 5 to 10 times each side. No rush. I said to a client yesterday, I said, don't rush to relax. So we're trying to relax. We're trying to warm up the spine and the body to prepare for our day. Okay? So you're going to do that again 5 to 10 times. Now I'm going to take the block, feet hip width apart. I'm going to ground my elbows down and lift the pelvis up into a bridge pose. Arms could come out to the side, but you're driving your elbows down, driving the backs of the shoulders down. Okay. You could also keep the block between your knees here to squeeze, creating stability in your pelvis. Feet parallel to each other, hip width apart. Or you could take that block and slide it under your low back and rest. And then maybe take your legs up into the air for a supported leg up the wall pose. And rest here. Make sure that the feet are right in line with the knees, in line with the hips. Not here, you're going to engage the abdominal muscles. Okay? We're not doing core work. Resting here. Knees come in, one foot down, other foot down. Press up, release the block, come down, and a little short shavasana. Rest. And that's it. So, I hope you find that to be effective and a great good morning practice for you. So that was about 7 minutes, and of course I didn't do it 5 to 10 times on each side, but you'll be looking about a 10-minute practice to start. And I sit up, my spine feels free, a great time to sit, take another 5 minutes for meditation, closing the eyes, and just resting with the breath. Thank you.